What are your best fighting tips? Run, and if you have to fight, don't play fair. I'm assuming that you didn't start the fight, are in self-defense mode, and the best option of avoiding the fight altogether is not an option. Go with the mentality that there are no rules, at all. Use any and all tools, resources, dirty tricks to end the fight as fast and decidedly as possible. No rules in a street fight. Judge your enemy well, know your limits. And if you need to, leave to fight another day, under better circumstances. If there's more than one, you'll lose. Best thing you can do is choose one of them and ruin his day in particular. Protect your head. 1. Run if you can, cheat if you can't. 2. A knife is not good for fighting, but it is great for killing. 3. Unless they are worth killing, they are usually not worth fighting. 4. Remain silent until your lawyer arrives. Many clear-cut cases of self-defense have been ruined because a distraught survivor said something stupid to a cop. 5. Speed and aggression are the 2 greatest factors to surviving a fight. 6. Friends are a greater asset than training. No matter how badass you are, you can only punch in one direction. 7. Self-defense is not about winning. Your goal is to break contact and escape. Pride will get you killed or jailed. 8. Never ever assume you can beat anyone. That skinny shrimp might have a gun. That drunken lout might have a sober friend. 9. When all else fails, die fighting. Almost everyone sucks at fighting, you included. Don't fight unless it's literally life or death. Run away. Fight dirty if you have to fight. Create space and run away. Did I mention not to fight? You shouldn't fight if you can help it or avoid it at all. Fuck your pride, fuck your ego. It's not worth it. Let it go, don't fight. Good old dick twist. Don't get involved in fights. Pocket sand. Don't. And failing that, cheat. There is no honor in death. Be fast as lightning. Practice sparring and train properly. Avoid a physical fight. There are no rules. The last man standing wins. Hire drill bit tailor to train you. Ashtrays make decent weapons. You asked the wrong website. Crouch, walk forward slightly while still crouched, then move forward normally and punch the air as hard as you can. If you do this properly, you should throw a fireball. When they pull, push. When they push, pull. And never underestimate what fingers can do to eyelids. If someone is hitting you and you can't get away, get as close as possible. It'll be harder for them to get the power needed to do real harm. Then while they're swinging and getting nowhere, you scratch, bite, grab and twist as much as possible, aiming for delicate areas such as face and groin. And if you get an opportunity to knock them off their feet and run, take it. Don't. It doesn't matter how strong you are, a 9mm handgun is still going to be stronger. Street fight ain't youth. Go for eyes, throat, balls, do not fight fair. Best advice is avoid it. But hands up, punch in a straight line with proper form, don't just swing wildly, tuck your chin. Don't lose. The softest bones in your body are in your hand and the hardest are in the head. It's stupid to punch someone in the face. Go for the trachea or the solar plexus. Failing that, put your finger in their eye and bend it away from the bridge in the nose. You'll feel a little cord. Pull on that and the eye will come right out. Muay Thai and MMA practitioner, if that's the right word here. If it's a fight in the ring, know your limits and push yourself to them. Don't go over the edge. It isn't worth it. If it's a street fight, running is always a good idea if you can. If you don't think you can outrun them, don't try. You only expose your back to an attack and tire yourself out. Most people can only throw dangerous punches for 30 seconds before running out of gas. They also tend to swing wildly. These attacks are possible to dodge and will tire out an opponent if he uses them too much. Unless you can kick well, don't go above the knees. If you do, the other guy can catch the kick and throw you to the ground. Punches are sufficient and usually won't get you thrown to the ground unless the other guy knows judo or something like that. Elbows, primarily spinning elbows, are effectively blunt knives in terms of how they can hurt someone. A solid elbow or punch to the teeth will usually make an opponent back off. If they don't back off, give them some more until they either run or get knocked out. A left hook to the liver can knock somebody to the floor simply because the human body can't take damage there. Exploit that. Earlier I said that opponents will go for wild power shots that have low accuracy. This is typically with the right hand. If they go for such a shot, they leave themselves exposed to a left hook or uppercut. A good hook to the jaw or temple can knock somebody out. Knees are useful. In a street fight, a hard knee to the genitals will usually put a guy out of commission long enough for you to escape. There isn't such thing as a fair street fight. Anything goes. Attacking the eyelids is also a solid option, as your opponent can't really do anything about you if they're blinded and in pain. Don't turn the fight into a wrestling match. Odds are the bad guy attacked you because you looked like a smaller target. Don't let him use his superior weight unless you know BJJ or similar ground-based fighting combat styles. If there are multiple hostiles, your odds lower, but if their attacks are uncoordinated, their numbers become your advantage. While the odds of survival are lower, knocking them down is smart because you'll be fighting fewer enemies at a time. Also, if you can engage one of them and brutally demolish him, the others will see you as a beast that they won't want to mess with. Lastly, carry a weapon. A knife, firearm, or similar weapon can dissuade someone from picking a fight with you on the street. I hope this helps. Use a hammer. Don't. The streets don't care about you, and even if you win in a street fight you can still lose. Ask your opponent to hold on just 1 second. Get your phone out, fire up Spotify, find the Enya Greatest Hits playlist, click play on Orinoco Flow and ask your opponent how they feel about the Great Celtic Revival. Shit in your hand and eat it. If you find yourself in a fair fight your tactics suck, pull their hair and knee them in the crotch and punch them in the throat or go for the eyes. Rules are for rings, and there ain't a bell to save your ass in a street fight. 1. Stay out of known dangerous areas. 2. Be sober, alert and respectful everywhere you go. 3. Learn to de-escalate with empathy. 4. Leave the situation before getting attacked if possible. 5. If attacked, staying on your feet is the most important thing. You must become a mountain and do not go down no matter how hard you're hit. If you get knocked down, it may be over for you since group fighting has replaced one-on-one fighting long ago. Someone will stab you or stomp on you if you go down, so don't. 6. Use the simplest moves you know, nothing fancy. Actual fighting tips start here. If your attacker is extremely close, use your elbows to the face and knees to the groin. B. If your attacker is a bit farther, kick the kneecaps, his leg will break and he cannot chase you. This move is not allowed in professional kickboxing because it is easy to do and so very damaging. C. If you have multiple attackers, highly likely, you must attack the biggest strongest first and continue attacking the biggest on left standing until the leftover punks run away. D. You must position yourself such that you have one attacker in front of you and the rest are behind him. This is only possible if you have space to move. Not possible in a crowded place. E. If you use your fists, you must only connect with the first 2 knuckles or even 1 knuckle if you can. If you hit with your entire fist, the last 2 knuckles will break. It's called boxer's fracture because boxers do not typically learn this. F. If you have weak untrained fists, use the butt of your hand instead to save your knuckles. G. When you hit, do not wait to see what happens. Continue striking until it is safe for you to leave. H. Yell as loudly as you can at the exact moment that you strike. This is called Ki, or spirit yell. It is unbelievable how effective this is. It opens a tiny window of surprise at the precise moment you connect. If you do it properly, the other person will be launched backwards from this combo. These tips I learned from Hanshi Albert Matty, 10th Dan in 3 styles of karate, North American breaking champion, and trainer of multiple world champion kickboxers. These tips saved my life. Just stick and move. Don't dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. If it's a man attacking you, then go for the balls and don't stop until he's on the ground. Kick, slap, punch, grab and twist, whichever works at the time. Anything that'll cause pain will disable them pretty quickly. If that's not an option, go for the eyes. Do not focus on looking cool. This is not a movie. Run. Spinning ninja shit. Sweep the leg Johnny. Break their knee so they can't chase after you. Avoid backpedaling when someone is coming at you. You're off balance and can trip and fall on your own. Move offline to the sides. Also, the straight punch is the one they don't see coming. Most fights are wild haymakers, then grappling. Bring out everything you got. Don't fight. Don't base your fighting technique off what random folk post in Reddit threads. Fuck what anyone thinks of you. Run. Avoid if possible. If unavoidable, fight dirty. Honor belong only in sparring and matches, not fights for your life. Technique is more important than power. Run, or take the high road whenever possible. Street fights are stupid, and your health is more important than your ego. If that isn't an option, then protect your head and keep moving. Most dudes don't know how to fight. If you at least know how to protect your head and throw a half-decent hook to the chin, you might be alright.
I hope you all are doing well, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video. If you have something to say critically or otherwise, leave a comment. And if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe to see more of it. I hope you all have wonderful and fulfilled lives.